Hello, Pisces. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For this read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy for the tarot cards and for the supportive oracle cards. Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I've already shuffled. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, how is this happening here? Is this what's... Now, the first thing I'm getting seems to be something is happening, and this is about how you're reacting to it. Seems like that's the first thing, but let's, because it seems, I don't know how much of an influence you have here, but they're trying to bring something forward, I feel, like just so you're aware of something, like to increase your resistance. I don't know if that's fair. Let's just start with the first card, because I do see like a center energy here. It seems like it all pops in at once, how you're affected. So it starts off with the Two of Swords. I feel like you're watching a couple people, and it seems like they're getting ready for a split? No. What are we talking about? You're looking at a situation, and you're questioning what's happening. Like if it's gonna survive. You're questioning if a situation's gonna survive, and you seem to be observing this left or right situation. You seem to be observing somebody or something in the Two of Swords predicament where it's not sure if this is going to go forward or if this is going to go away. Is that? Yes. Okay. So it might move forward or it might just stop is what I'm getting. It seems to be one of those moments where it's just kind of like, is this situation going to survive this? If it survives this, it should be okay for a while. If it doesn't, it could be the end of it. Good? Okay, now, the next thing that comes in, the Ten of Pentacles. Now this feels really kind of like you're getting along with people, or things seem to be working out. I'm getting this sense again, it's about the situation itself. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like you're like observing this in a sense. However you connect to this, it definitely has an impact on you emotionally. But you seem to be observing this. And it seems like things are going well. People are getting along, but it seemed like there's a lot less stress, and it may seem a little out of place. Okay, so it goes from this one state where you're not really sure if it's going to make it or not, but it seems like one way or another it's either going to survive the situation and move forward and be okay for a while, or it's going to come to an end. This situation where it's like you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles usually speaks to like a stable foundation. Things seem to be very secure and happy, but I feel like it's coming across like it's very stable and happy. I feel like it's just coming across that way, and it feels uncomfortable for you because I feel like you're looking a little deeper. You're connecting in a way that you're like, I know it looks good, but the way these people are talking to each other, that's not usual. Like it's almost like they're being overly nice to each other, and it doesn't sit right with you. Because I'm seeing this card, and it's almost like it's being perceived like that's the impression people want to give, like everything is fine, we're all good, everything is stable. But you're looking at it a little closer, and you're like, this isn't normal. They don't usually get along that well. Like this, they're getting along really, like they're being extra nice to each other, and it's really weird. It's just, and I'm seeing this is when you have the Five of Pentacles here. You're feeling like you're on the outside here. But the situation definitely impacts you. Definitely. It's almost like somebody watching their parents, like they're having a lot of arguments at the beginning here, or they're having a lot of discord, and then all of a sudden they're getting along, and they're just getting along way better than you've ever seen them get along before, and they're just not getting upset about what the other does for whatever reason, and you're like, that doesn't sit right with me. It's almost like the calm before the storm. And you're feeling like on the outside because you know something isn't going on, something isn't apparent here. Whatever's really happening below the scenes, you're not privy to it. You know something else is happening here. I'm noticing also, connected with these, there's 3 cards above it. You have the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands coming in like this. They're connected. I feel like you want to try and help. You want to support the situation. You're feeling like if you can just get in there, you can like help repair it. I feel like the 8 is saying you think you can just help push it forward to be okay. Like it's almost to that point where things can be okay. This is usually a card that, this one actually is one that usually is on its way to like completion. It's like the steps before completion, but maybe that's what you're seeing here. You're realizing that something, I think you're realizing probably that this isn't going to work out. And you're realizing it's just before that moment where things are going to hit the fan. You're probably in that. Yeah, that's what's coming through. You have the Queen of Wands here, so you want to help. You want to be helpful. But you're on the outside. I'm getting that again. So you're not really touching the situation. You seem to be watching it. I'm also getting kind of like an interference here. Because I'm seeing the staves. It's not staves. It's wands in this deck. Wands, the Knight of Wands. It's right above these two. You want to get involved with this. You really do. I don't feel like you are, but I feel like you want to. Because I'm seeing this at the top. You're just trying to figure out something to do. You want to do something that's helpful. But I feel like you're aware that the situation might be almost done and it might be coming to its completion. And it's the worry of a misstep. And I feel like it's the worry of a misstep that's keeping you out of it as well. Because you're kind of like, if this falls apart, I don't want to be part of the reason it did. Now, I feel like this is what's going on. I feel like that's how you're feeling. I feel like that's how you're feeling. Okay, that's great. The Knight of Wands, nope. What is he? The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is coming in. The Knight of Wands is at the top for you. I want to flip these cards, but maybe that's because of how these... I feel like you want to communicate. You want to get involved, but you're afraid to. But I feel like the situation's moving forward on its own. And you're seeing, like, this card especially, like, if you look at the face on that knight, if you can see him, if I can get rid of the glare, hopefully, he's kind of ready to go for it. He's like, let's get into it. Let's get right into it here, people. So, I think this is where it falls apart, to be telling you the truth. It's like that calm before the storm, and this is the storm. I'm getting that this is working out the way it needs to. This was bound to happen. It was already set up. It's really nothing anybody can do about it at this point. The people involved, it's just been, I feel like it's accumulation. It's been coming and now it's here. And it does end up in heartbreak. 3 of Swords. Now, that's the quickness of it, but I am seeing also here, on your side, I feel like you're realizing after it's hit, after it's happened, you're starting to realize that, you know, maybe this is better. I didn't want to be something that pushed it where it went, but maybe this is a good thing. I feel like you're just starting to toy with that thought. Especially since I feel like you're on the outside, you really don't have a vote to cast, whatever you want. I don't feel like it's even, there's nothing like that happening here. They're making their own decisions. They're moving forward, whoever these people are. So I feel like you're just trying to go into that acceptance place, like, you know what, it's going to happen. And you know what, maybe it is for the better. And I feel like you're just trying to let it go because it's out of your control. this whole situation with the heartbreak, I feel like whatever's going on, however this like, the knight wants to get right into it. So this is like a fight. This is an argument. This is a rough moment. Rough. Even though it's supposed to happen, or it seems like it's going to happen either way, I should say that it's going to happen either way, it is very rough. This seems to create a lot of heartbreak and a lot of hurt feelings. This is going to hold on for, is it weeks or months? Weeks. All right, so whatever this discord or this destruction is that causes the end of this situation, that causes the heartbreak, I feel like there's a lot of scattershot and a lot of people are upset. And it's going to take weeks for this to sort out before people are kind of moving on from it. I don't want to say they're going to be happy about it. They're going to be moving on from it. It's going to take them a few weeks to get to that point, which I feel like you're already at. And it might be, you might as well, to be fair, it might take you a while to get really secure in this, but I feel like in the beginning you start opening your mind to that thought. You just start to accept, like, this is not in my control, and I'd rather flow with it. I'm not saying you're going to be right on board with this right at the start, but I feel like you're going to try, you're just going to try to get there, just accepting what it is, not wanting to really be held down by it any more than you have to be. Is that good? Good. Anything else? All right. So I'm going to wrap this up for here. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.